What is up, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with the N.W.A podcast, joined by the Boston hater himself and Mr. Florida Mike. What's up, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
Doing well.
You guys, how was you guys' week? Nate, how was your week? Then I'll go ahead and ask Mike.
Busy as all get up as usual. That's my typical week. And today it was like a rat race all the way until I don't know, maybe about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So yeah, just constant in motion. So, it's settling down now. I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow, but hey, everything's good.
Right on. What's up, Kathy? Welcome, John. Welcome, Javier. What's up, Javier? And congratulations, John, on that jersey. Let me lower this down a little bit. Hold on. How was your week there, Mike?
On the jersey? Way to go, John.
Yeah, John won the Debo Samuel jersey.
Nice.
What's up, Kimo? How you doing, Dina? How you doing? Welcome, Tom. What's up? What's up, Eric? So, Mike, how was your weekend? Your week, excuse me.
Nah, it's pretty good, man. I got to see Mortal Kombat over the last weekend. I got to see. I finally closed on a house, brand new house.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, last week Friday. So had a pretty good weekend, and obviously the draft yesterday was phenomenal. Seeing Trey Lance. Once again, this is proof that, like we always mention on the show, the talking heads don't know what the hell they're talking about, but yet people still listen to them as if they have credibility. But to each his own. After this draft, if you don't get it through your skull that all the mock drafts that had us picking Mac Jones, they're going to do the same damn thing year after year. They need something to talk about. A lot of you were worried we were getting Mac Jones. I just laughed the entire time. I didn't watch not one talking head and had no desire. So I just want to put that out there that this panel, you heard this panel say on multiple times, we are not getting Mac Jones. And what happened? We did not get Mac Jones.
Go ahead, Nate.
I don't have nothing to say about it. You never heard me say anything about any inkling of Mac Jones. Only thing I talked about was initially before I went and watched tape of all of the guys that were the top 5 quarterbacks of the draft, I was Trey Lance. Once I watched it all, I said Justin Fields, but I had no problem if the pick was Trey Lance. And I didn't really spend a lot of time listening to that nonsense because it really annoys me. I'm not one of those people that can sit up and listen to people talk about something that they know absolutely nothing about. And if you look back at what happened with this at the end of it, you heard Shanahan and Lynch say, we were the only two that knew. But you spent the month listening to this crap. I'm like, why? As there was a whole bunch of people saying the 49ers don't leak. The 49ers don't leak. They were saying that constantly. Well, I mean, there's plenty of proof of that ever since this regime has come in. So why people were even worried about it, I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, the talking heads are going to talk. That's what they do for a living. That's not what they get paid to do. But you can't take no value to what they say, especially when your own organization has proven over and over again since they took over that they don't leak. So the fact that Chris Sims or someone has or knows somebody close to the organization that they're getting their information from said it was Mac Jones. Well, apparently that close friend or personality they got their information was wrong because it's been Lance all the time. Shanahan said that he was coveting him since January, like the kid. So he said it was never Fields, it was always between Lance and Jones, and I think he just threw Jones in there. But I think Lance is the kid that he wanted all along.
Yeah, probably. But you know, that's what he says, and that was his pick. I'm good with it regardless. I was saying those were the two that I was interested in. Realistically interested in, because of course I did not think that Lawrence was going to be around at 3, so it was not realistic to even go on him. So I went straight to those
Yeah,
two. Yeah, wasn't interested in the other two, not at all.
yeah. Wilson looked like a 13-year-old kid
Yeah,
being
look young.
drafted to the Jets. Man, you seen the picture of him? He looked like, oh my goodness. I know they're young already, but still, he looks like under 15, and he's built not that strong. I mean, he always played in a clean pocket and be over there in Utah, but in BYU. But you know what? Going to the Jets with that offensive line that is terrible, the kid's gonna get hit, man. I feel bad for the kid. He's gonna. I think out of all the quarterbacks, he's probably gonna get the worst of all the starting quarterbacks. If you know,
Well, Trevor Lawrence doesn't have exactly a good reputation either. So
yeah. But Trevor Lawrence is bigger, better built to withstand a couple hits more
yeah,
than Wilson.
actually, smallest Wilson is the smallest of the bunch.
Yeah, so they're both going to get hit. You're right, but eventually Lawrence will start breaking down as well if they don't protect him. One of the things the Jets did do, they got a guard and then they got a tackle. So they are trying to protect him as best as possible, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I liked Lance from day one. I like what the upside. I know the floor is not high, but the ceiling is. And if anybody can bring him to where he needs to be, is definitely Coach Shanahan. But I do like the idea that he sits behind Jimmy and learns the offense. And I know a lot of Niner fans, just like anybody, wants to play with their new toy. You get a new toy, you want to play with it. I am one at a fault to that, not necessarily in this situation, but getting a new toy, I want to play with it right away. So I understand that desire, right? Yeah, exactly. But in this case, you don't want to rush Lance any sooner than he has to be. If Jimmy is healthy, Jimmy gives us a better chance to win more games this season than even Lance does. And let Lance do his thing. I mean, if Jimmy does Jimmy, he's gonna end up getting hurt anyway. So when he does get hurt, then Lance will come in. Because Jimmy does get hurt every time. So, for those that want Lance to come in, just wait until Jimmy gets hurt. We'll be fine.
Hoping that he can get through the
Yeah, me
2021.
too. I'm being sarcastic
I
with that, but
Jimmy getting hurt again, and he's kind of you know hit one, miss one. So maybe this is his hit one season.
yeah, got you.
So,
And it benefits both of us. It benefits the Niners and Jimmy. If he wins, if he stays healthy, we win a lot of games. That's good for us. You know what? I swear these birds, when I come on this live, they get active, but another one, they're quiet. Can you guys hear them?
yes,
Okay. Gotta lower it down.
Man, what I find interesting the
Anyway, I'm
most
sorry,
is
guys. Go
too.
ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say what I find interesting the most is too is like how we're going through a couple seasons that didn't go our way due to injuries this recent season, but because of the injury to Garoppolo and the significant injuries of this team, we were able to acquire Nick Bosa recently. Now we're able to acquire Trey Lance. So it's like if we're going to have that season off, one season off, and hopefully one on. If this is our own season, as Nate eloquently quoted, then man, it sure as hell is a time to be off because we got a quarterback out of it. So it's like it's amazing how we have a Super Bowl roster type team, but we're able to. It's sad to say we've gotten superstar caliber type guys with Nick Bosa, for example, and being in a position to be able to draft that high. And in this situation, you know, once again, injuries plagued us, and we were able to get a quarterback out of it. I'm not so certain that we get Trey Lance had we had a healthy team because we would finish higher. So um, it sucks. It sucks as it says this. Injuries contributed to us getting these guys, and if we're healthy, we just became a much better team, a more complete team.
Sorry, I muted myself so you guys can hear my birds. I'm started talking, I can hear myself.
Um,
Yeah,
it looks like you. It sounds like you turned the gain down, so we're not hearing them the same. I mean, you turned it down right away, didn't you?
I turned it down a little bit, but my wife probably tried to shut them down as well.
Well, I did notice that it kind of faded out,
Okay,
so I probably did something.
but
So,
yeah, man. So you're right. If the Niners, then the best situation, not only for Lance but any quarterback coming to the Niners, is a great situation for them. They're coming into a great offensive-minded coach like Shanahan. They're coming to a complete team defensively, offensively. We have the run game. We establish our offense again. We have good receivers. There you go again. We have good receivers in Ayuk and Samuel. We got George Kittle, the best tight end. We have a great defense. So he's definitely coming into a great situation. But this year is going to be a situation where he's just going to learn. This team is still going to. I mean, I know that we're going to go into free agents next year, and some of the players probably won't be back. But this team shouldn't look that much different in 22 when he takes over. I was reading that once he goes for his 5th-year option, he'll only be 25 years old. You believe that? How young he is?
yeah, and
That's young.
most likely it will be with a contract extension if all's well before he gets there.
I hope
Um,
so.
we know that if he's getting a contract extension, that means that he's done what we wanted him to do.
Exactly. Yes.
So I was looking. There was a statement that was put in the chat, and it had to do with our second round. Um,
Oh, why did we take him?
yeah, well, I mean, quite frankly,
Why not?
in every way, shape, and form, he's an upgrade from everything we have at right guard.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. The guy that a lot of people wanted and were targeting, funny, because Beto thought I was kidding.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that
Asante
was tough.
Samuel Jr. was drafted at 47, right in front of our pick by the Los Angeles Chargers. Um,
Yeah, still hurts.
yeah, yeah. Well, come see, come saw, no big deal. Uh, Banks is a solid right guard. You know, really, kind of one of those road graders, typical of what Shanahan likes from his offensive linemen. Only thing that's really different is he's not as fleet of foot as a typical Shanahan lineman, but he's like the immovable object in the run game. So that he's gonna like, and I expect this guy. Yeah, he's gonna be a starter. Banks will definitely start week one, unless barring injury, of course. He's definitely the best right guard we have. So it makes sense. Um, I didn't see. I think that a lot of the corners that had second round or better grades seem to have disappeared before we got there. Yeah, so I understand why they didn't go corner at that point, and they stayed away from the defensive backs. So, based on what was available, since we opted not to take that 43, because we would have got what we wanted at 43.
Oh
We
yeah,
had
definitely.
the kid we could have got the kid from Kentucky or Asante, because the kid from Kentucky went to Dallas right after that.
Yep, at 44.
Joseph is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because,
Kevin
because
Joseph, yeah.
mhm, yeah, so we opted to move up from that 7 to a 4, which is a good trade. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that trade at all, because I mean, a 7 to a 4 just to move down 5 spots. Yeah, I wouldn't even thought twice about it. I'd have done it right away. So I don't blame him. And that was a good choice.
You can tell that guard and probably one of those, if not both of those corners, were on the board for the Niners. And when they made that choice to move down, they had a feeling that one of those players will be there. And unfortunately, the corners weren't, so they went with the guard. And I would have preferred the corner, but that was a great pickup, much needed pickup to stabilize that right side because we're taken care of on the left, but you know, Brunskill, it'll be his first year playing on there, and we definitely need the depth back there. But they'll compete, and like you said, maybe Brunskill loses his that
Ain't
job
no
to.
maybe.
You
Ain't no
think
maybe.
you think he'll take it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
competition only makes the position better. So,
Well, you know what it
and
does?
that's good.
If you put somebody in front of the guy that you were gonna have starting, now you have quality depth.
Yep,
So I'm all for that.
I agree. I agree. Uh, hate to see what is the top pick contract extension will be like when it's time to come. But I won't matter if we play.
He's talking about Lance,
Oh,
and what
Lance.
he's saying is that he hates to see
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
that
about. I was
contract
thinking about.
extension look like at the time, but not gonna matter if he turns out to be who we hope he is.
Yeah.
I get it. And oh, by the way, Eric, yes, he can zone block. He's pretty solid zone blocker. He's talking about
Yeah.
our
Now he's talking about the second pick.
yeah.
Can't wait to see the season start now. I'm wondering what jersey Lance is going to be wearing. I don't see why he shouldn't wear 5. I mean, he likes 5. He wore 5 in college.
Told you why. I told you why.
5?
Why he could wear any other number than 5?
Oh, the 9. Yeah, because
Yeah. You know what? His family history, there's a lot of people that wore number 9. And that's how his dog got the name Niner. Not because he was a 49er fan, it's because
that 9. Well, if you look at his
wore
Twitter,
9, his brother wore 9, he wore 9, but when he got to college, he wore 5.
well, his Twitter account is his name, then 09 at the end of his Twitter account. So that 09 or that 9 is significant for him. The point, but if he wore 5 in college, I mean, we still have to wait and see, but probably most likely probably going to run with 5. Don't you think?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wouldn't I would pump the brakes because I mean it's really sucks to get a jersey.
Well, it's funny. A customer
number
told
5, and then the dude goes and gets the number 9, and
a customer ordered a jersey for me. Okay, and he ordered
I think Trey talked about it.
About what?
Yeah, I think he talked about it, but I didn't hear it. Nick says that. Oh, yeah, Nick says here that he's going to wear 5.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah.
If he said it, probably was. Plus, probably doesn't want to fight the kicker for the number 9.
Probably not. But I'm pretty sure if he wanted the 9, it would be given to him.
I think he can take the kicker.
yeah. I think he has a little bit more value than the kicker. But anyway, I had a customer earlier today order a Trey Lance jersey from me. Wanted number 5. I told him, but we don't know if he's going to get 5. He goes, well, I want to order it today because I want it. I'm like, okay. He asks me, but if they change the number, can you give me another one? I go, oh, sure. As long as you pay for it. He goes, no, exchange it. I was like, no, I'm not going to exchange it.
No, don't work that way.
Because you can't wait.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I said. He still bought it. And I said, okay, but if he doesn't go with 5, it's yours. You know what I mean? But can I exchange it?
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you brought this up on the show at all, but you know that they're allowing a lot of like linemen, especially on the defensive side of the ball,
to change their numbers.
Oh my God! Everybody can wear all these different numbers.
offensive coordinator is going to be pissed.
Well, I don't think that they're letting offensive players, like the offensive linemen, I don't think they get to change their numbers.
No. But I'm saying offensive coordinators trying to figure out which players where with the numbers on defense being changed.
Yeah, because see, I mean, we're so accustomed to, if you're a true defensive lineman, you wear 50,
Yep.
90, and that's about it. I mean, you can wear 70s. And then offensive linemen wear what? 50s, 60s, 70s, and 90s?
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
As a matter of fact,
now they can wear what?
they don't wear 90s.
No, not offensive
lines
lines. It's pretty much 60, 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, put in those two.
Yeah, 50s, 60s, and 70s. So, I mean, I don't think they allowed them to change. I would have to look at it because I mean, I saw it. And, defensive linemen are going to be wearing single-digit numbers. I'm like, oh, man. There's a lot of changes, and I think it's going to make for a lot of mess. I don't think they should have done it, but whatever. They'll adjust. They'll be fine. But the thing I don't like is that there's some people that have numbers that you buy these jerseys and they're going to change them. That's crazy. Why? And whatever.
Yeah, a lot of fans are going to be upset because like Kittle came out and said that he's going to keep 85, but Kittle liked 11, but he's going to keep 85. But to your point, somebody buys a jersey, they can't really afford one, but they buy one. They spend their hard-earned money and get one 85 because that's your favorite player, and then he goes and changes his number. Well, dang, that sucked. Some those that can get more jerseys, that's fine, but those that can't, now you're wearing a jersey with a dip. Well, he had 85, so I can see
what good is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Now he's wearing 46.
Yeah,
is that the year that Kittle wore in college?
I wonder why they came to that. I wonder why they didn't just leave it the way it was. I mean, I don't know. Players just want to wear numbers and they just gave in. I don't understand the concept behind it. Other than just giving the spoiled brat players what they want.
Hey, I froze again, right, Beto?
Why did you freeze?
I don't know.
Because if it was something on my side, Mike would freeze too. You know what I mean?
Last week, the same thing happened.
I wasn't looking at you until right now. I'm like, yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I noticed I was in that.
You might want to come back in, bro, because unless you want to stay like that.
You know what? I don't mind either way, but I'll go out and come back in. No problem.
All right.
All right.
That was weird. So, Mike, I know that you were looking at Trey Lance in the beginning. You were looking a little bit of Fields, and then you started to watch Trey Lance, and you told me something about you were leaning a little bit more towards Trey Lance. Before the pick was taken, were you leaning still more to Trey Lance, or would you still wanted Fields?
Well, like I've always said, I mean, I don't feel a lot strongly about any of these quarterbacks like I did Deshaun Watson when he came out. But because I knew we were getting a quarterback, I was like, okay, I'm going to obviously roll with who I'm familiar with, which is Fields. So it wasn't a knock against any other quarterbacks. I've always said on the show, I don't know the other quarterbacks that well, so I'm going to go with Fields. But at the same time, Trey Lance is somebody I was always intrigued with because he's the type of quarterback that I like. His playing style is the type one I like. A guy that's big, strong, fast, mobile, and can have a good passing, with his arm. So, yeah, that's what I love about Trey Lance. So I'm glad we got him. Anybody but Mac Jones. So,
yeah,
that's pretty much. I tell you, like the only thing, man, to be honest with you, bro, like that I was a little concerned about was never Mac Jones. Never. You can go on the show, and for those of you on my Facebook page, you can see I posted the day of the draft and assured everyone we are not getting Mac Jones. So I was never concerned about that. I don't watch Talking Heads, so I was not going to be distracted by their erroneous, constant, errors in what we're going to do.
Someone on this panel, I won't mention any names.
Eric.
So, yeah, I'm gonna let that slide under the radar. Inside joke, but yeah, like
If you're gonna throw me off into the deep pool, I'm taking Eric with me. Shut up. I need a what do you call those things you put on the water to survive? What do you call those?
Floaties, floaties.
Yeah, the
ones
floaties.
that
I'm gonna
your
use
arm?
Eric. I'm gonna use Eric as a floater. You throw my ass into the deep ocean, bro. That is messed up.
yeah, man, Mac Jones really got a lot of people freaked out. I watched. I was telling Nate earlier. I went on YouTube and watched fans' reactions to like 49er fans
Yeah,
reactions to the pick, and they were like, majority of them were like, "Oh man, I'm glad that we didn't get Mac Jones." And I'm like, "Why was you worried about it in the first place?" And the reason why these people watch Talking Heads is because people really value their opinions. You know what I mean? Because they think like these people know what they're talking about. They say they have inside sources. Do you know what the definition of an inside source is? Like honestly, because anyone associated with Shanahan and John Lynch does not know a damn thing. They were not told what we were going to do, right? The only thing is they work around them and they can give you a guess. So what do reporters do? They take that and stretch it to fit their billing so that way they can go out here and put a story. And guess what? It works because people talked about
oh
people
right,
people
sorry, wrong button.
Beto.
I was trying to get the
people
comment off. Sorry,
people talked about Mac Jones for at least 3 weeks
sorry.
that I'm aware of. So my whole thing is we as Niner fans should have never been entertaining none of that hoopla. When Kyle, if you don't listen to our coach and you listen to them, I mean, this is why you have fear. This is why some of you probably stayed up late last night clicking articles. It's ridiculous, man. Like there was no way in hell we're gonna go Mac Jones when Kyle Shanahan out his mouth said he wants a guy who can improvise and extend plays. This is what Kyle Shanahan said like a month, well before a month before we traded up or whatever.
Shortly after that trade,
Sorry.
Shortly after the trade.
he moved up to
So
3. He said, I would like to have, and I want to have more improvisation from the quarterback position.
Yeah.
exactly.
That basically
So
means exactly what Mike said. Everybody but Mac Jones.
right. The only concern that I had was the New York Jets not taking Zach Wilson and getting one of the guys that Kyle Shanahan actually wanted, like Trey Lance. That would have been my concern. Other than that, once the Jets called Wilson's name, I was like, showtime. It's either Fields or Lance. I was 100% convinced, and I was fine with either one. So, um, like I said, man, I hate talking heads. I dislike talking heads. For those of you who don't want me to use the word hate, I'll
And
say it neutrally to make you happy. But I hate talking heads, and I again, man, I'm only harping on this because I want people not on this show that are commenting. You guys have heard me say this. I'm talking about new viewers, talking about people that are watching this just in general on YouTube. If you find it, guys, the articles, the bombardment of ignorance that is spoken. You heard the panel on the show, and we were correct in our assessment. We told you we were not getting it, and people were, "Oh man, we're going to get Mac Jones." All right, think that if you want to. You have no real reputable source to confirm that. You just have rumors.
real quick,
So
the Niners just traded up and gave up both of their fourth round picks. The one they had and the one that they accumulated from the Raiders.
Yeah, they traded with the Rams, and they're now at number 88.
Yeah, so I'm curious. Sorry about that, Mike. I just wanted to fill in to
no, that's
the viewers.
hey. If we have something we're doing, I have my TV going. I'm kind of glancing here and there. If we have something we're doing like that, please notify. I don't care. But anyway, screw these talking heads. Let's get back to our Niners. So we got Trey Lance. Now, you know what was interesting to me? I want to know what was the difference in the assessment from Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch that they viewed Trey Lance over Justin Fields when Kyle Shanahan has been said to have somewhat of a little bit of a rapport with Justin Fields going back to high school or some camp or whatever. It's just interesting that, if Kyle Shanahan kind of had an interaction with him prior and had a little bit more awareness of him, that he went the opposite ladder with Trey Lance. This shows that this Trey Lance is a guy he really believes in. And guys, if Trey Lance is we're on the clock. We're on the clock. If Trey Lance is a guy that we picked, I have nothing but confidence because Kyle Shanahan has a great resume of every quarterback that he's worked with. He's made them better than what they really were. Matt Schwab made better than what he was. RG3 made better than what he was. Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins. The list goes on. Kyle Shanahan has proven time and time again he could take quarterbacks that he inherited, not drafted, but inherited and make them better than what they were. Now, this guy is somebody he actually handpicked and drafted. What do you think he's going to do with this kid? Trey Lance has the skills to be dominating for years to come, and we're going to be consistently good. We should be super excited about it. If Trey Lance does what he's supposed to do, man, I'm counting multiple Super Bowls in the future.
They said that
quest for 6, 7, and 8. Damn it.
Yeah, they said that one of the things that really persuaded Shanahan to like Trey Lance a little bit more than Fields. It wasn't so much what they can do on the field because there's a lot of similarities, but it was a lot about the character on the outside of the.
Oh wow!
Running back Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon. Wow.
I knew they were going to take a running back. I just didn't realize they were going to take it in the third.
Hey, look, he's a beast, though.
What?
He's a beast.
Wow. You know what?
He's a beast.
I'm kind of dumbfounded by that. At this point, I did not.
I thought we were going to go secondary.
What? We never. And you know what? Basically,
this is the year, bro. This is the year not only with the Niners, but the Patriots never get a quarterback in the first round either.
Well, they had trash.
No, I know, but
they had no choice. But
true.
I'm so happy about who they got, though. I mean, those of you that know how much I love Boston know that I'm very happy that Mac Jones, Mac Jones, of all people, lands in Boston.
Yep.
The love that I have for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And
you know that relationship between Cheater and Alabama?
Yeah, it's his boyfriend. I know.
Yeah, they run deep.
Yeah.
They shower together and they have conversations in the shower.
I know they're same-sex marriage relationship. Whatever, you know.
All right, fellas.
Just to point out that Massachusetts was the first state to allow same-sex marriage. Just a little FYI.
Go figure. They would.
Yeah. Not that I have a problem with it at all, but hey, I'm just saying.
They got issues with color, but they don't have issue with gays.
No, not at all.
So I wonder if you're color and gay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Trey Sermon.
Listen.
I'm so shocked. Just the history.
What's up, Jose? Welcome. Go ahead.
Of Bobby Turner to actually pick a running back in the third round?
Third round.
Yeah.
Move up in the third round. And they not only did they take him in the third, but they moved up and gave up capital to get him. Yeah.
Now.
So did we just give up both of our fourth round picks for this?
Yes, both fourth round picks are gone.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm surprised, but I really think he's a damn good fit.
Yeah. He is. I like this kid.
Yeah. And our running back room is a crowded house once again, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You know, him, Mostert, Wilson. Yeah.
I can see those three be the ones.
He's probably going to be on the practice squad.
Who?
Hasty.
Oh, Hasty.
Probably going to be on the practice squad.
I think you said this kid. I'm like, I don't think this kid's going to be on the practice.
No.
Didn't we get Wayne Gallman too?
For his life as a starter.
Yeah.
He will be fighting for his life as a starter.
Yeah. But can you imagine having those three that you just mentioned as your rotational backs? Wilson, Raheem Mostert, now this kid. Not bad.
Oh, no. I'm loving it. I am loving it.
Yeah.
You mean you don't love the Telvin Coleman departure?
Who?
Exactly. Who?
I mean, talking about that Atlanta guy. Bye.
Yeah.
Good
All right, so
riddance.
let's address the elephant in the room. So we all on this panel have mentioned that we were expecting secondary because obviously that's a need, considering that majority of our secondary players get banged up, they get injured for a length of time, and we don't have the quality depth. And these guys, not to mention, are like on a 1 year deal. They're not going to be back next year. So we definitely got a lot of secondary room to cover. Now we haven't drafted a secondary at this moment, but here's the funny thing: we went all offense so far. And I believe that Kyle Shanahan is like, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go and I'm going to do what the hell I want. I am going to take this team and I'm going to trust that we have enough on defense. Look, man, with all the injuries we had, didn't we finish the top 10 defense last year?
Man, they're trying to make this where we got some ridiculous firepower.
Yeah, and you know, this is my point. We had a top 10 defense last year without Nick Bosa, right?
What?
And we're
Yep,
getting Nick Bosa
You
back.
see
We're
this?
getting a majority of our secondary back.
it's
And
true.
now we're getting an offensive guard that's going to help shore up. You know, that our offensive line is probably one of the best in the league. We're going to have a young stud quarterback who knows, man. Like people are assuming, of course, we don't want him coming from North Dakota State to the NFL and playing this year. That's not ideal. But in this system, Kyle Shanahan, again, guys, I believe in Kyle Shanahan enough. He can hide your weaknesses and make you look better than what you are. Kyle Shanahan knows how to utilize a quarterback. If he can take Nick Pathetic Mullins and CJ Beathard, even though they weren't great, even though they weren't good, he made them better than what they would have been. I mean, I imagine what he could do with Trey Lance, who's way better than both of those guys. Not even close. So if Trey Lance had to come in for Garoppolo and Garoppolo gets hurt a few games, I really believe that he can make Trey Lance a great game manager and effective enough to win a couple ball games to keep us in playoff contention. I really do this year because Trey Lance has that ability. He has that
Oh,
ability.
right now, you can look around the league and Trey Lance as a backup quarterback is probably the best quarterback, the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
And let's not forget, guys. Yes, we want some in the draft. We cannot fill all positions. There are always going to be holes, you know, to fill. So the reality is we have enough in the secondary this year. We just don't have the depth that we want, and we have to hope they stay healthy. If they all stay healthy and can play the entire season, which is probably not likely, but if they for some reason could, we have enough in the secondary to stay fine. We do. We finished top 10 this year with all the injuries and did it without Bosa. So if we're going to go, we're going to go. This year, we're trying to win the Super Bowl, and I love the aggressiveness. I love that we're going outside the box. I love – look, man, I was sitting here low-key saying I want that Ohio State running back. My son came downstairs and said, I wish we can get him. Too bad he's went to sleep now. He don't even know. But when he wakes up, Lord will, tomorrow, he's going to be one happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my son wanted Ohio State's running back. He said the Niners need to get him. He sure did. He came to me and said, Dad, I hope the Niners get him. I wish. I
Man,
said, son, we're probably not getting a running back.
he is
Wow.
exactly what we would want. I mean,
He told me we're going to get him.
I didn't
He said, Dad,
imagine
I believe we can get
my
him.
wildest
I
dreams
said, we
that
ain't getting him.
they would draft a running back. I mean,
Yeah.
just look at Bobby Turner's history. There's only one running back that I can think of that was drafted this high or higher. And when I think about it, it's Clinton Portis, second round, back
Yep.
when he was Denver. I cannot think of anybody other than him that was drafted higher than 6, if they were drafted at all. You know, you think about guys like Orlandis Gary, Terrell Davis. I guess you know, you would have to count him, even though he wasn't there when he was drafted, was the Florida State kid that went to Atlanta, was drafted in the 3rd round.
Devonta Freeman?
Yeah. Bobby Turner wasn't there when he was drafted, but he came there shortly after he was drafted. And so he got to work with him, but he wasn't drafted when Bobby Turner was in the room. So, you know, I'm shocked that there is a 3rd round draft pick running back when Bobby Turner is the running backs coach, because
Yeah. And then, like you said, not only a third round, but
and 99% of the guys that you'll name undrafted.
yeah, pretty much all of them. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, I don't care what nobody says. I really love what the 49ers are doing right now. I love the aggressiveness. I love that I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. We're going to do what we believe we can do to win right now. I love this. And it's not like, we did something super crazy where we mortgaged our entire future for longer than like what the Rams are doing. We actually have a franchise guy potentially. We actually have a team that can compete for a very long time. I love what we're doing and we're building up, man. This is great for me. I love it.
So what do you think Raheem Mostert's thinking?
I think he's thinking I can take a break, and if I get hurt, we're going to have somebody to hold it down. After the season we just had, man, we need all the help we can get.
I don't think that's what he's thinking, but I like it.
I think he's thinking, I just became a backup.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
You know what? Not only that, you're
like, God damn it, I worked my way up here now just to get pushed back.
30-year-old running back in the last year of his contract. You think you just got replaced for the future? You think that this was a Trey Lance move, to replace the guy? You get to teach him for 1 year and then he gets to take your job? Probably.
Could be. And that's what the Niners are looking at. As fans, we're looking at secondary. Well, we have secondary. We just might not have the faith that they stay healthy. But we have secondary. We have a lot of our secondary back. So it's not like we're missing so many holes. Most of these guys came back. So what I'm saying is we're building for the future. And we're getting a quality running back here in Ohio State. This dude is a monster. I mean, he's a beast, man. I like this pick. The fact that my son said he wanted him and now we got him. Oh, man. I can't wait to tell my son this. But he's going to be super excited.
But don't just tell him we got him. Just you got to kind of like put some little whipped cream on top of it just so they taste better. Like tell them, do you still want this kid or
and break it to him?
Hey, what you were saying earlier. This is makeup because your son was really high and wanted Justin Fields, and when they drafted Trey Lance, he was upset. So they should probably make up for that.
2 Ohio State guys, ironically.
Is he in Ohio? Does he like Ohio, or just does he like these 2 individuals?
What happened?
Does he like a lot of Ohio State players?
No.
Or he was just high on these 2?
This is just this particular draft. We're Florida State fans. Let's make that known here.
Oh, that's right. Seminoles. That's right. I keep forgetting.
You know what?
Garnet and gold.
There's a lot of darn good Ohio State players in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Shame in those.
Okay, let me make this known. If they don't go to Florida State, all bets are off once they get drafted. If, as you can see, we have Ohio State running back, right? I'm not mad. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Once the FSU guy graduates, all bets are off for the most part. When it's the Niners, when we got Frank Gore, I wasn't pissed at Frank Gore no more. When he came to my team, I rooted for him. I don't care that he went to Miami. If he can help us go to a Super Bowl and win games, I'm going to root for Frank Gore.
Really? I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. Because I value San Francisco 49ers once these guys are out of college. Frank Gore is no longer wearing that pathetic scum, candy cane, no good Miami fake Hurricanes that, the only Miami I know of is the one in Ohio. So that pathetic school in South Florida called Miami, Cryami, whatever they are, he doesn't wear that jersey no more. He wore the 49ers. So when you upgrade and leave that pathetic team that hasn't won an ACC championship yet, that claims that they're all that, the U or whatever, you can't have swag when you don't have your own football stadium. I'm taking shots. I don't care. I hate that school. So anyway, when he leaves Miami and comes to San Francisco, he is a 49er. All right. You cannot have, I understand you want your college guys to do good. Now, granted, I root for Florida State guys in the NFL to do great, but I will not root for their team. I will not root for them to win against us. Look, we played the Ravens. Anquan Bolden was a Florida State guy. He's on the Ravens. You think I'm going to root for Baltimore? No. You know what I mean? I'm glad Anquan Bolden did his thing with that particular game. I don't want him to do his thing. I care about the 49ers more than I do that. So, then when college and NFL, for me, I can separate. You know what I'm saying? But now if a Florida State guy comes to San Francisco like Deion Sanders, oh, yeah, I'm happy. I'm a little extra happy and I'm getting his jersey. Yes, absolutely. But if we get a Miami Hurricane or a Florida Gator or another college I despise, but he makes San Francisco a better team, I will root for him.
Exactly, because you're rooting for the what kind of helmet he's wearing now, not what helmet he was
correct.
wearing prior. Real quick,
Correct.
we just found out that the Niners still have their third pick,
Oh,
102.
yeah, we gave up the 4s.
Yeah, the 2-4. So we never give. I thought we gave up our third as well. So cool. But back to your point, with exactly. I mean, there's some colleges that I don't care about, but there's players that come in if they're effective and they make. I understand with Boston Heaters, if it's a Boston player or a college, then it's all off it's off the field. But other than then, I think he's okay with a player wearing a different.
I have no ill will to any of them.
Just Boston, right?
It's Boston.
But I hear you, Mike. I agree with you. Somebody, like the kid Asante Samuel. I wanted him. He's coming from your school. I liked him.
Hey, that's a prime example. And I told Nate this earlier. Me personally, I'm not high on Samuel. I watch Samuel every game in Florida
But that's
State.
probably why, because you watch him more than I did. I probably got a lot of. You're familiar with him.
Samuel is, me and Nate discussed this before. Samuel, and I agree with Nate. Samuel is good in the slot. But, man, Samuel has gotten beat so many times by bigger receivers. We're playing against a Metcalf. We're playing against a Hopkins. I'm sorry. I don't want him getting burnt by – if we were in another division where we didn't have those caliber receivers and that big body, okay, maybe open. But he's gotten burnt. All the interceptions that he has, not all, but a lot of the interceptions that they show you, a lot of those quarterbacks just literally threw it straight to him. I don't think he ball hawked those and got them. I think they threw him right to him, and he was there in the right spot, right time to make the play. Good for him. Not taking nothing away from him. I'm not down on my man. He's an FSU guy, go knows. But when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers improving, I will be honest critique and say, Samuel, as a Florida State fan, I did not want him on our team, considering that we have better options and other needs in other areas that I feel like we could fill, as we did tonight. We got a right guard. We got a guard from Notre Dame. We got a running back from Ohio State. I'm not a fan of either of those colleges. But if they're coming to the Niners, again, they're not wearing a college uniform. That goes out the window.
You can tell what Kyle Shanahan wants to do, right? He's going to pound the ball even more.
He's going to have listen, man, he is building something that he's always wanted to. This is his baby. He's finally getting a chance to build and construct an offense based on what he actually wants to do. He's in control. No more inheriting. No more taking the scraps and making it work.
Live or die, but make your own decisions. Exactly.
Look, man, going against the grain, I don't want the same old routine story. Oh, well, let's do this and let's do that. Let's build. Man, he's trying to build and win now at the same time. I love it. Let's go, Shanahan. I believe in this. Let's do it.
You got to take chances if you're going to be
competitive. You got to, man. You can't sit around. You got to be aggressive. You got to go get it. You got to be
conservative. Why can't we not do nothing?
Why can't we win? Why can't we compete for a Super Bowl this year? We stay healthy. We are just as good as anybody else to compete for a Super Bowl this year. So let's go get the pieces and let's go make this damn thing happen. We can do this thing, man. We can.
Yeah, I have no idea what Eric's talking about right there, because there was nothing having to do with anything next year.
Yeah,
trade Raiders was straight up all picks this year.
Yeah, we all we got is when the 121 in the fourth, and we gave them the 230.
With the Raiders was we switched our third round picks. We went from 43 to 48, and we switched our seventh round pick this year
for their fourth
round pick this year. I don't know what he's talking about next year.
Yeah.
It don't have nothing to do with next year. It's all this year.
Yeah. Sorry, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, go to sleep.
John says, Twilight Zone Eric.
Oh my gosh.
Eric, you got to get your facts right, bro, if you're going to start spilling it out.
Yeah, Eric, take a nap, bro. I know you had a long day,
Yeah.
That new job's working the crap out of you.
We're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and blame it on your job, bro. The long hours for that statement. Just because we love you, brother. But you make another statement like that, bro, we're gonna block you.
I really love this Sermon
No, just kidding.
pickup guy. Excited. I'm sorry. I'm excited about Sermon, man. I really am.
So
I love it. I love
I'm
all
not
our
too
picks.
familiar with this running back. You guys fill me in a little bit.
Oh, listen,
I'm
I don't
exposing
even
myself
watch.
here.
Hey, but
Listen,
you didn't see like
you
didn't even
should know
see
he
him in
beat your
the
team.
games, like,
He
when
ran
they
all
were
over
in,
your
like,
team.
Yeah. Oh wow, bro. Thank you. I love you too, bro.
Well, I mean, isn't
Okay,
that
but you could have brought it. You could have brought it a different way. You don't got
okay?
to stick
I'll
me the
say it nice
knife.
for you. I'll say it nice
I'm
for you.
sensitive. You know that.
That's okay, Beto. It's okay if you're sensitive, right? It's okay.
Okay.
If put it this way, if you want me to be nice about it, I'll be
Yes,
nice.
please.
You saw a future 49er run over your team. Does that help make it better?
No.
A
Okay.
future 49er.
Well, I mean,
I'm happy, man. I like this pick.
did you see the Big Ten title game against Northwestern?
Yes.
What was it?
Any game, this
300
dude's a monster,
over
man.
300 yards? Over 300 yards in that game. It was crazy.
So he's not going to be like the kid that we got from Ohio State a few years ago in the second
He's
round.
not starting as high. No.
And we got him in a higher pick in the second round. So this kid,
In the second round, and he was, but that was before Bobby Turner, and yeah,
true.
he was.
But so this kid is better coming out of college than
no
the other
doubt.
guy, Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, he's better than him.
Okay, I don't know. That's where I'm.
What
I'm
about
sincerely
Marcus
asking.
Lattimore? Remember Marcus Lattimore? Is he
Yes,
better than him?
from South Carolina.
His
Yes,
Lattimore was an animal, but
Yeah, he
he
just
was
injured.
injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Right,
god.
but that's what I'm
South
saying.
Carolina,
Marcus
he was
Lattimore in college. Do you think who's better out of Sermon than him?
It's hard to say.
Yeah,
That's still
but the same
that's still
excitement I have for Lattimore is the
that's
same
still
excitement
encouraging.
that I have for this.
If it's hard to say
Yeah.
between them, that's encouraging to me.
Let me ask you guys a quick question before
He's
we get to the
healthy.
pick.
Unlike Lattimore, he's healthy.
Let me get you a question before we get to the pick. Do you think we're going to go offense again tonight?
I hope not.
Hey, why? It's
Why
like
break the trend?
Are we going to get
Yeah.
another receiver to pair up so if Debo goes down or give another threat to Kittle?
Yeah, you got to get a
I-
slot guy. We got to make sure that we cover that. Why not?
Yeah, we do need a slot guy.
Do you
actually.
feel our deep threat is Brandon Ayuk?
What you say?
Do you feel our deep threat is Brandon Ayuk?
So far, yeah. Right now,
Do we need another deep threat to put on both sides?
You know what? I'm surprised they went with the offensive lineman. I really thought that they were gonna. They saw that
Receiver?
kid from was it North Carolina,
Yep.
Miami Brown. I thought they were gonna go that route because that dude is a burner, and he would be a perfect slot receiver, and he would stretch the field automatically.
Well, even Amari Rogers would have been a good take.
Yeah, but I didn't think they were gonna go that route. I thought they were gonna go with the burner.
Yeah. But they want to pound the ball, man. They're going to pound the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Oh, yeah.
they do.
They're
What
setting
about
themselves
Debo Samuel? What type of receiver is he to you? Is he more like slot guy, deep? What do you view Debo as?
He's kind of one of those jack of all trades, master of none.
What was the name of that tight end that we had? It was number 46. When we had Davis.
Laney Walker.
Yes. I guess you don't like him, but
I mean, he didn't do for us what he did for Tennessee. So I'm like, why are we bringing him up? Who cares?
we let him go before that potential came out of him.
Yeah,
That's not his fault.
You took a choice: Vernon Davis, a bunch of money, or Delaney
No,
Walker.
no. I understand, but you can't blame him. It's not like he chose to leave and then play better for Tennessee.
Hey, he should have played. But he had all those years here. He should have played better.
He was starting to. Okay, all right. Anyway, but he's kind of reminds me a little bit of him, a little bit of the Duke can do a little bit of everything. No,
Well, it'll be interesting what we do. I mean, especially with having
Delaney
John Lynch.
Walker.
John Lynch seems to be a defense guy.
you just don't like him. So stop.
Delaney Walker
Maybe
is a comparison to Debo Samuel.
I think so. A little bit.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
What's your
Delaney
thoughts on that,
Walker
Mike?
was a tight end / running back kind of thing, where he was like more of a fullback.
Yeah.
Where
And
he
Debo's
was
more of
very
a running back and a running back.
and he didn't catch the ball very well. Debo Samuel is like a halfback that can play wide receiver that isn't really adept at blocking per se, but and he can actually be an outside guy. No, that's not what Delaney Walker was. They're not close.
And
I don't know
he could catch the
where it
ball.
comes from. Yeah, yeah. Delaney was dropping balls when he was with us, more than he was catching, and then he started to catch when he went to Tennessee.
Yeah, he had a better quarterback throwing at him.
Beto, you asked me my thoughts about
yes,
that.
I did.
I'll be honest, man. I love hearing you guys debate. Go ahead. I'll answer that in a minute. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's your thought?
I personally think it's just hard to compare because they didn't have this. They didn't have Kyle Shanahan.
True.
So it's like how he have been using Kyle Shanahan, we have yet to be seen. So while they were used differently, it's hard to say that they're a comparison because Delaney Walker didn't do a lot of stuff that Debo does for us in our offense. Debo's way versatile. He does so much stuff. I mean, he can run the ball. He can do sweeps. He can go catch it. He does a lot. Delaney Walker's role was totally different. So it's just they were used different. So for me, it's hard to compare both players when they had different types of schemes and were used differently.
So you don't think Walker could have been used or been effective in Kyle Shanahan's system?
I don't think he would have been effective like Debo Samuel. No, I don't think they're comparable.
Different.
I don't think they're comparable. If Delaney Walker was asked to do the stuff Debo did, I don't think it would have been as effective as Debo. I think Debo's a better player in what he's asked to do.
They're different. First of all,
yeah, they're different. Exactly.
So Jalen Hurd will be more of a Walker.
No, don't try to compare him to a tight. Out of here.
I mean, for me, Debo Samuel had comparisons to like Anquan Bolden.
And Debo Samuel is what, 5'10", 5'11", and like 215, 220.
Yeah.
So it's already about 20, 25 pounds difference. There's at least a good 2-3 inches in height. He's not a tight end. Debo is nothing remotely close to a tight end. Delaney Walker is truly a tight end. I don't understand where this comparison's coming from, but it's ridiculous.
Eric, go to sleep, Eric.
Eric, I totally agree with you, Eric.
Well, hold on, Eric. You can't say why are y'all. Y'all implies that there's more than one. There's only Beto doing the comparison.
Oh no, but it's
Beto's comparison. Yeah, don't put me in that because I said.
You already know how I feel about those lips being in that ass.
Our fans, we got Nick. Nick, what's up, Nick? Nick was asking a question about Jalen Hurd. What do you think he's going to play this year?
I hope so.
You know, that's a great question, Nick. What's crazy is if Jalen Hurd is also healthy, because a lot of us weren't thinking about it. We're so used to him being out. But if he's healthy and he's able to contribute, that's another weapon. That's pretty damn good. And you might not need to go receiver in this draft or tight end or whatever if you can get him to do his thing.
You can't count on him. 2 for 2 right now.
That's true.
You know, we've had 32 games with him on the roster, and he's played 0. I can't.
One positive going, if he does get healthy, he definitely should know the damn offense by now.
I hope so.
So
definitely hope so.
If he does come out healthy, he should be able to hit the gate running. It's just a matter of whether he's healthy. But I tell you one thing: if he can't stay healthy, I just don't see him being on the team any longer than this. I think this is the third strike you're out. If he can't win a spot on the team, he's out. In my opinion, I don't think they'll carry him on another season. Do you guys?
His contract is up after this year. He had a 3-year deal.
So. Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. Even more.
0 for 3.
So this is a prove-it year for him then, definitely. Well, not prove it, but
I didn't jinx the pick. All I did was state the fact. I saw who they were picking, and it was gone.
He did mess that up, bro. Don't let him down. You did.
Stated facts. That's all I did.
He got a phone call. Defensive end going to the Patriots.
Who?
NYC. What's
Ronnie
going on,
Perkins.
my friend? Whether you guys like to know this or not, our brother Boston Hater is the insider for the 49ers, damn it. So he knew all along Trey Lance was coming, and we wanted to reveal that
No, he
tonight on the
didn't. He
show.
was saying
Boston Hater had the
Fields.
insights.
Honestly,
No. Originally, Boston Hater said Trey Lance. Go to the earlier shows. Originally, he said Trey
But
Lance with
but
confidence.
I like to go to the latter. So towards the end, he said Fields.
honestly,
Don't give me
what
that early shit.
I don't have any insight. I mean, the bottom line is, I went back and I looked at film. I had
He
seen
went and
some.
looked at Frank Cohn's video.
Shut up! I don't listen. Well, but yeah, I went back and looked at the film, and I had a couple of games of Trey Lance that I watched a long time ago, and that's what I was basing it on. And I went back and looked at all 5 of the top 5 quarterbacks, and I watched every pass play they ever had in college. And I decided that I liked Fields a little bit better than Lance. So I'm not mad about the pick at all. I'm actually very pleased with it. The only person I would have liked in front of those 2 was Trevor Lawrence. But outside of that, those are the only 3 I wanted to hear about.
No,
It
that's a good point. John makes a really good point here. I like this. Because they were not going to take Samuel anyways, the way Kyle has been picking. And John, the way that the trend that you're seeing, I don't think that Samuel is really someone that we're really trying to, get. Because if they did, they would have got him at 43, don't you think? So the idea that they were able
if
to
they
move
wanted
back,
Samuel, yeah, they obviously would have picked him, but they decided to go offense. And I don't know that this is all strictly Kyle Shanahan. John Lynch, obviously,
that's what I meant to say both, yeah.
Yeah, John Lynch, is a defensive guy, but I think, man, look, after the season we had, our defense was a top 10 defense. I think these guys are like, we need to score. We need to score. We need to show that we can put points on the board, and our defense will do enough to help us win. That's what I'm thinking the way they're drafting. So I don't know, but that's how it's looking, man. They seem confident in their defense.
And then you should be able to kill the clock, too. I mean, you have a defense that can keep the other team from scoring. You have a nice lead, and if you're able to kill the clock with running the ball, that's the best way to do it. Kill that clock.
Boston Hater has something to say. I can tell. I know my brother when he has something to say. Go ahead, Boston Hater.
Yeah. Wasn't Trey McKitty the guy from Georgia that you were talking about, the tight end?
Yeah.
Not earlier.
He just got picked up by the Broncos.
Chargers, right?
Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers? Okay.
Yeah.
Trey
the
McKitty.
Broncos on the clock. Okay.
McKitty.
Yeah.
Georgia. I like him. He's a pretty good tight end.
Yeah.
What's up, Don?
He's going
How you doing?
by.
Welcome.
Now into the next. So if
him and
Desante
Sammy are kicking it now with the Chargers.
I'm interested to see where we go. I think the next pick we're going to go defense, though. I really do. I don't know that we're going to go all offense before the 5th round now.
So let me ask you:
I think we're going to go.
If we go defense, secondary, linebacker, or front?
Okay. Before I answer that, I'm going to say this. I know how Boston Hater feels, and Beto, I know how you feel when it comes to defense. For those of you on the show that don't know, we had an interesting internal debate one day. Boston Hater feels the secondary, especially if they're dominating, can carry a team, to the championship status, whereas Niner Sickness feels that you need a front 7. So here's where the argument comes, and the fans chime in. This makes for a good show. Niner Sickness used Tampa Bay this year as an example. They didn't have an elite secondary, but hey, they went to the Super Bowl. They held Kansas City to 9 points. Granted that they had missing some old linemen, but on the flip side of that, Boston Hater referenced teams like the Legion of Boom, who didn't have an elite front 7, and they had elite secondary, and they won a Super Bowl. So, do you need an elite secondary or do you need elite front 7? I feel you need both. You can have both, but it's a good topic.
I have more. It wasn't just them. It was the Baltimore Ravens who had a high-end secondary when they had their run of the 49ers in the early 80s to the mid 80s. They had an outstanding defense. Why? Not because of their front, because of their secondary. Yeah. It went from a very mediocre defense to an outstanding defense like that with one draft.
It's one of those things that you have a great defensive and pushing pressure on the quarterback, makes the quarterback make a mistake, make an average D-back look good. But if you have a good D-back that is covering so well, then even an average defender can get to the quarterback. So it kind of It can go. Yeah, it can go both ways. To be
Here's my
honest,
thing. I think either way can work. I don't
exactly.
think you have to have one to win
Okay.
higher than the other. You had the New York Giants who didn't have an elite secondary, and they came out with twice. With
Yeah,
a good front
but
seven.
we're in between. That's where my argument is. You picked right on what I was talking about. They were
I
trash
was hoping you didn't go there, Mike. But
between those two Super
I'm gonna
Bowls.
go there, Beto, because unlike you, I'm
Were
different. I'm gonna
trash.
stand on my thing,
no,
man.
I
I'm
know.
gonna
But
stand
you
on it.
just unleashed them.
Teams weren't that good when they won the Super Bowl.
See,
One was 9-7. That's the worst ever team in the Super Bowl. And you had another one that was 10-6 and barely won the damn division, just like that other one. They happened to get hot in the playoffs and have a good run, but they were absolute garbage. And you know what? In between that, they didn't even make the damn playoffs. From one Super Bowl to the next, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Right.
You could say that about we'll use the Ravens. The Ravens made the playoffs consistently, but they only got one Super Bowl. The Giants actually got more Super Bowls than they did and did it with less playoff appearances.
Oh,
So
you
I
want to count
mean,
Super Bowls? That's nice. You know what? Fans want to
I'm
see
just
their team
saying the goals are win
year
Super
in and
Bowls. I
year
don't
out.
care about playoff
If
appearances.
you
I want
want
to
to talk
win.
about it, it's this way. If I have 10 years of Baltimore Ravens winning games, being competitive, something to watch, something to be excited about, and they win one Super Bowl, or I have a trash team for 7 years, and then on the two opposite ends of that, they give me a Super Bowl. Give me the one in the competitive team when I'm out there paying my hard-earned money, thousands of dollars for some damn season tickets. I don't care about that damn. Congratulations on the Super Bowls, but you were trash in between. We're leaving at halftime. No.
All right, I'm going to put another perspective out, and me and you talk. I get where you're coming from, but I'm going to put another perspective out since we're on the show. So, with that being said, the two Super Bowls is greater than the one. Now, keep in mind, to your point, I agree with you. You want multiple consecutive seasons of having a shot to win the Super Bowl because the only way to get there is by being in the playoffs. I agree with that. However, looking at this debate between what you guys are saying, the reality is in this particular teams, these two particular teams in general, the Ravens and the Giants have more Super Bowls than the Ravens.
no, they have
So
no.
what?
No. I'm saying after the Ravens won that one and the Giants won their two, the Giants got their two, the Ravens won their one with that elite secondary. So I'm saying
Oh, okay.
prior to
Got you.
because when the Ravens won their first Super Bowl, they didn't have all that eliteness.
No, I'm with you
there.
now. I'm with you. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm talking about when the Ravens
what? I'm sorry.
When the Ravens won their first Super Bowl, it wasn't that same secondary as the second one. That's what I'm getting at.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is
you might want to look at that one too.
Okay, well, how many years was it between the first Super Bowl and the second Super Bowl for the Ravens? What's the difference between them and the Giants?
Quite a bit.
As far as
but you know what? And they were relevant the whole time.
Great,
the whole time.
But here's the thing, Nate, and I'm being honest. That's how you feel. Some fans don't give a damn about relevance when they're not winning
what
Super
they
Bowl.
think.
I know you like The Rock. I get it. You don't care. It doesn't matter.
Ravens were consistent, because all of that is the Ray Lewis era. In the Ray Lewis era, they were pretty darn consistent.
But they couldn't get past New England when it counted often. And at the end of the day, many fans,
they were the only ones over there getting past.
Many Ravens fans, I guarantee you, many Ravens fans were not happy with not getting over the hump, no matter how relevant they were. I bet Giants fans were happier winning their two Super Bowls in their shitty 6 years in between than the Ravens fans were consistent.
Wait. No. Let's put it this way. If we're going to say, the only thing that counts as a Super Bowl, damn it, they won two in the same time frame. Let's put it this way. If you look at the time frame from when Baltimore had that dominant defense to the time that the Giants won their two Super Bowls, in that time frame, they still won two Super Bowls. And I hate talking about Super Bowls because that is so irrelevant. It's like, okay, every year, one team wins a Super Bowl. Do you want to know what your record is? We've had, 54 Super Bowls? The most that anybody's ever won is 6. That means you're 6-48.
Well, here's what I'm going to say to that, though. Here's what I'm going to say to that, and I'm not going against what you're saying, but I'm trying to broaden perspective. On the other side of a perspective, right, to that point, if you're going to use that logic, the reality is most Super Bowls nowadays, especially with all this business and the salary cap and all this stuff. You don't see teams doing dynasties like New England often, or even three Super Bowls in a short span like that team in Texas. You see teams having a shorter Super Bowl span. So now teams are trying to win quicker and get it done. That's what they're trying to do now. You don't see teams doing what New England's doing, building up, letting top end dollar guys go to stay legacy consistency good. Teams are trying to win now. That's why New England does things different, because they operate different. That's the reason why they've had long-term success.
Which is why maybe some people, as much as I hate Boston, need to take a damn lesson.
But here's the thing, Nate. Just like, okay, I'm gonna say this. Boston is an exception to the rule. That is not the norm. Just like the Bills are an exception to the rule. That's not the norm. The Bills went 4 straight years and didn't win a damn thing. You think their fans are happy about being relevant?
Hey, maybe here's the problem. They haven't been
you
relevant
see what I'm saying?
knows how long, because they went for broke. And they went for broke, and they hired, and they put all that money into those dudes right before the salary cap was coming into play, and they got stuck. And you know what?
Right.
They're finally just coming back into relevance since those mid-90s when they fell off. And why'd they fall off? For the same reason you're talking about.
Okay.
They went
broke. Let me again look at their division.
Goose egg.
Look at their division. It wasn't just the Bills. The Jets were trash. The Dolphins have been trash for a while. So what I'm saying is, are you telling me that it was just strictly the Bills salary cap and that? If the Bills won 4 Super Bowls in a row, I don't think their fans would have gave a damn. They'd be like, we did something nobody did.
Okay. And
would you win 4 Super Bowls? Let me ask you a question. Would you?
No, you can't if. There's no damn if. They didn't.
Okay. Well, if there's no if, here's the reality. Baltimore has 2, and so did the Giants recently. And there was a gap between both. Who gives a damn if one was relevant more than the other? They both got the same amount of Super Bowls. Elite secondary, elite front 7 equals 2. Those are facts. So you and Beto are tied. Whether you like it or not, those are facts. Your elite secondary theory and his front 7 theory are 2 and 2.
That's actually very incorrect.
Oh, the Giants have 2 Super Bowls and the Ravens have 2.
And so that's the only examples?
No, that's not the only examples.
4.
Okay, before salary cap. Before salary cap. We're talking about post salary cap. Your theory is post salary cap.
They had that same. They didn't.
I love this.
Okay. Before salary cap. Listen to the argument. Before salary cap. We're talking post salary cap.
Those D-backs, those same 4 guys.
Before salary cap, you can do that. You can't do that post salary cap now. Now you got to build through the draft. It's a difference.
89.
You can't use that. You can't use that.
Oh, I can't.
Okay. You asked, is that the only one? I'll give you another example. The Legion of Bloom, as I call them, that team in Washington, right?
5 years.
They won 1 Super Bowl with an elite secondary, and just like Tampa Bay so far has won 1 Super Bowl with an elite front 7, right? Let's see if Tampa Bay wins again. If they win again, they would have had 2 more than your secondary 1.
Yeah, who cares?
I'm just saying. It doesn't matter if you have an elite secondary or front 7. Either one wins. Either one can win.
What you're looking at. First of all, you're talking about 2 different kinds of organizations. Organizations are a trip. When you talk about Tampa is a trash organization in general. Look at their beginning, and they have about 6 or 7 years worth of relevance in their entire existence.
Seattle trash too, by that logic? What the hell have they done?
Well, hold on. Seattle
before Pete Carroll, what have they done? 1 Super Bowl?
Now they're in Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll's been there a long time, so I can't give them the same negative connotation that I give to Tampa Bay.
I'm saying Pete Carroll's career in Seattle is probably equal to Tampa Bay's franchise.
Absolutely not. It's longer than that. Already longer than that.
Okay, longer than that. But Tampa Bay does have a Super Bowl prior to this past year.
Yeah, ever since they've stepped foot on a football field, they're good. And
who has more Super Bowls right now?
Actually is.
But who has more Super Bowls, Tampa Bay or Seattle? Right. Do you think Tampa Bay fans really give a damn? Oh, we're on the clock, guys. 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Tampa Bay.
Do you think the average Tampa Bay fans give a damn if they've been irrelevant for all these years when they can say, hey, I have more Super Bowls than Seattle, even though Seattle's more relevant?
All you care about, If that's all you care about.
I'm telling you, that's what fans care about. They care about Super
They're
Bowl.
idiots. They're
They
idiots.
don't care about.
I don't
They
care.
value Super Bowl over relevancy. Yes,
if you are going to be, first of all, see, this is the first thing. You're not a season ticket holder and you never have been. So you don't understand. I'm not paying for all them damn games to watch them get their ass whipped day after day, year after year, for years at a time. That is annoying to real fans. I mean, I understand there are real fans that don't go to the games. I'm not trying to discredit that. But I'll be damned if I want to sit up and watch a team that is not competitive for many years at a time.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Who'd they take?
We got a defensive player. I knew it.
Who was it? I didn't see.
Ambry Thomas from Michigan, a cornerback.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I think we'll have to groom him a bit, but we'll see what he can do because I know that he's And this is the thing. You've got that Tampa Bay team that you talk about. They're pushing money into 2026. Damn it, it's 2021. They're pushing money into 2026 to win now. How long do you think they're going to be trash when Tom Brady leaves? And you know what? If all they're caring about is the Super Bowl that they may or may not win, more power to you. I want to be in the dance. I want to be right there.
I agree with that, but my thing is, I think the front seven and front the secondary argument. The only reason it's challenging is because you're looking at opportunities to get there. The reality is, if you don't capitalize on them opportunities, do you think that Ravens fans were happy when they didn't capitalize on opportunities as a season ticket holder? You said I'm not a season ticket holder, but there are Ravens fans who are season ticket holders that aren't happy about 7 years of no Super Bowl, making the playoffs.
My team's 10-6 every year for 10 years, and they won one Super Bowl. Okay. If my team is 2-14 and 3-10, 3-13 and 4-12 and win a Super Bowl, hell no.
Even if they win two Super Bowls,
hell no.
So let's ask the fans. Let's ask the fans. Fans, in this hot topic debate, would you rather be relevant for 10 years?
No one wants to watch a trash product. And
hold on, let me ask the fans. Let's ask the fans.
Anyone that says
fans, would you rather have the 49ers win one Super Bowl and be relevant for 10 years, meaning you have winning seasons like 9 out of 10 years, or 10 years, all winning seasons, but only won the Super Bowl once? Or would you have 2 Super Bowls in 10 years, but 8 seasons of suckage? Which one would you rather have? 2 Super Bowls in 10 years and 8 years of suckage, or 1 Super Bowl and relevant seasons every year? Let's hear what you guys say in the comments. This is a good topic.
It's not really a hot button topic. It's actually, that's silly. No one wants to see their team suck.
But nobody wants to see their team not make the Super Bowl and win either. They don't care about falling. They fall short.
You don't have any guarantees that you're going to win a Super Bowl. But you know what you do have a guarantee of? If you don't get to the damn playoffs, you ain't winning the Super Bowl. That's a guarantee.
Very true.
That's the only guarantee you have. So you deal with the guarantee. If you can get a team that is legitimate, that can come to the playoffs year in and year out, you are more likely to win. And that's the facts.
That is facts. But my point is, the facts are the teams that have done what you're speaking of post-salary cap have really not won any more than teams with the front seven. Yes, they have a chance to win, but they haven't. They haven't won. That's my point. New England is the only team that has won consistently like that. That's it. Everyone else is like 1, maybe 2, and that's it.
Has done what at some point? You know, they had the little short run, and what did they do? Hold on to the players, let them dive, and guess what? They didn't keep it going. You know what New England does? New England understands that you get rid of a player a year too early rather than a year.
They operate differently. They get tight ends instead of receivers.
Well, and why? Why? I mean, that's my whole thought process.
They're cheaper and they're actually better. A better investment.
Well, they actually do more than a wide receiver. And
I agree.
They equally as explosive and equally as productive in the passing game. And they're a bigger benefit in the run game. And well, let's see. Let's just do the math here. Let's talk about the top end here. Julio Jones, $22 million a year. George Kittle, $15 million a year. That's a $7 million gap right there. Now, move to the next guy. Who's the second highest paid wide receiver in football? I'm forgetting.
Julio.
He's the highest paid.
Is it Hopkins or?
Hopkins is only at 18. I know there's somebody in the 20s. Oh, Amari Cooper.
Cooper?
$20 million a year. Travis Kelce, $14 million a year. Slightly under 14. Well, let's put it this way. For $29 million, you can get Travis Kelce and George Kittle. For $22 million, you can get Julio Jones. For $7 million more than Julio Jones by himself, you can have Kittle and Kelce.
Hey, I'm going to get to the fans real quick because we did pose a question. I want to make sure we follow up. The fans are saying, for the most part, in the comments, the fans are saying, most of them are saying they would rather, let's see, perfect example is Pittsburgh. I'd like to have rings, but I don't want to make the playoffs like the Titans and never get a ring because we're consistent at missing the Super Bowl. It sounds like a lot of the fans are saying, hey, I respect the consistency theory ideology, but which one's worse? Making the playoffs, having a shot to get there, and never winning, or having sucking seasons for 6-7 years and winning two?
I'm seeing both. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm seeing both.
I'm just reading both. I'm reading the comments.
I want to win every year.
Yeah. Wait, let me say this real quick. Keep in mind, guys, this topic that we're talking about is not about just that. We were originally talking about secondary and front seven, and then it went into that. So at the end of conclusion, Florida Mike says this. I agree with both Nate and Beto. I think they both make great points. You can make an argument for either one. Now, when it comes to the winning consistently or the 2 years and then suckers for the rest, I agree with Nate on that. I agree that being more consistent, because you have it. The thing is, yes, we can use the examples of the Ravens going there and constantly missing, or the Titans, but the reality is you don't know that in advance. So if you were to tell me, Mike, I'm going to let the 49ers go 10 years of relevancy, but I can't guarantee you that they'll win every year, I will take my chances with that as opposed to you guaranteeing me 2 Super Bowls and sucking for the next 8. So I will take my chance with the 10 years because at least I'm in control of my destiny. At least I have an opportunity to win. And I agree with Nate on that. But I am throwing another perspective because I know there are fans who feel different. Yeah.
And as 49er fans, knowing what happened between 1981 and 1997, if you pick the 2 Super Bowls, I'm ashamed of you. Not that I have any of them, but I'm ashamed of you. You know, we had our consistency, and what did we do? We won 5.
Yeah, undefeated 5 too.
We didn't lose the 2. Yeah, you were just taking the 2. Why?
I got a feeling we're gonna be. I'm going to be bold.
I would love to know the ages of the people that put these 2s in here, because those of us that know 81 to 97, even 98. Let's throw 98 in there. 17 years of.
I guarantee you, most people that feel the counter Nate have never seen the 49ers win a Super Bowl. This is probably why they feel in the way they do.
Well, that's desperation. You're a Buffalo
Bills. I'm
just
saying, I'm being honest.
You're a Buffalo Bills fan. Stop it.
Yeah, but you asked how old their age is. A lot of young Niner fans will probably say, I'd rather have 2 Super Bowls and suck because they've never witnessed one. So they just want to see it. You're right. They probably are desperate for it. We've been blessed to see Super Bowls. They haven't. They're probably desperate, man. They might be like, I want to witness.
You know what happens to people? I'm just going to put it out.
That's a good point, Mike.
There's a lot of guys in this chat room.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you're thirsty, right?
Oh.
All right. So with that being said, I think we're close to the end of the show. I think that shut it down right there.
Wow.
Beto, are you going to wrap the show up after that?
I'm still stuck on wow.
I'm just going to try to move forward and keep the wow up right now.
Holy cow.
Good Lord Almighty. If you were falling asleep, which you shouldn't be, damn it, because this has been an entertaining show. We went over an hour because we had some good stuff on this damn show,
no,
guys.
It was good stuff, man. Well,
You thought we are just gonna stick to the draft. We go off script. We do what we do. We improvise like our quarterback is about to improvise on this division we're in.
Yeah, but both of you guys make good arguments, and one is more consistent than the other, but one is more towards the viewers and entertaining the viewers. And I see why Mike brought up the question because he wants to entertain the viewers. He wants the interviewers to participate. But then I can understand Nate too. Nate likes to go with his facts and don't talk to me with nonsense. But sometimes you need both. You need a little bit of crazy.
Nonsense. That's nonsense.
I know, but you know, but
but again, it's nonsense to you. Some people really generally might want to just win and don't care about sucky seasons if they know they can win 2 of 10 years. If they know that, they'll be glad with that. If someone said, "Hey, I guarantee you 2 Super Bowls they'll
be happy with
every
one,
decade,
bro.
but you're going to suck 8 years." Okay, if I guarantee you 1 Super Bowl every 10 years, but you're going to suck for 9. Some people legitimately might be okay with that.
Yeah,
they might
only
be
because
okay
they want to experience it.
Wait, let's put it this way:
they want to say, "Hey, I'm good every 10 years." We get one.
49er fans, if you win for 10 years, you don't have to worry. The Super Bowls take care of themselves. Just saying.
What happens if they win and they just don't make it to the Super Bowl? No, but I guess if you're a competitor,
how
that's
often
hard.
is that going to happen?
Yeah, I know. It's
As a Niner
I'll
fan,
say this:
let's not talk about the Buffalo Bills. Let's not talk about
the Buffalo Bills,
Arizona Cardinals. I'm talking about, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Darn it, people! They won 5 Super Bowls.
6
now, right? That's right, huh?
Yeah,
You sure have.
Yeah, them in Boston has 6.
If they're 6-48, and that's the best record in all of football, and they're consistent,
very consistent. Yeah, no, but
why not? I mean,
listen.
I agree. The most consistent teams have the most Super Bowls. It makes sense
let's think
because
about it. Niners
Boston has 6
are
as
one
well.
of those that win.
Hey.
Chemo's killing me.
Chemo
got a bib, bro. He's sucking on that bib. Come on, Chemo, let it go. Let the nipple go, bro.
Wow.
Hey, I'm going to make a bold prediction before we get off this show. I don't give a damn how premature this sounds. I don't care how early it sounds. Our team has balls, and so do I. I'm not going to equate this to the thirsty stuff, but we will set a new San Francisco franchise
Are you setting up a
trend.
Manscaped commercial?
We will set a new San Francisco trend of Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls in the Kyle Shanahan era. I believe we're going to go on a run of multiple Super Bowls and create another dynasty. I'm calling it right now on the show. I believe Trey Lance is going to give us multiple rings. I'm not saying he's going to give us 5, but he's going to get damn near close, at least 3.
Can you let him at least play
3.
one game in the regular season first?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I would love to see if
I don't give a damn.
I mean, the guy hasn't even took a. Okay. He hasn't even played it.
I'm gonna tell you why I said that. It has to work. We gave up too much capital. So if you guys talk about, man, let's let them play one game, and you want to go conservative, you go conservative. Me, I'm saying this. It has to work. We gave up too much. It has to work. We can't go back. It has to work. We are going to.
I don't see how he can fail with Shanahan.
But bro, we got there with Jimmy Garoppolo. And if Trey Lance is projected to be a much better quarterback in the long term, why the hell won't we get back and win multiple?
Can we get him in the game first?
We will get him in the game. He's going to be in the game. He's a number 3 pick.
Before we start predicting 3+ Super Bowls.
Hey man, say what you want. I'm saying this: if we don't win Super Bowls, is Kyle Shanahan gonna have his job?
Well, people get fired. That's life.
Hey, I'm just saying it got to work then. It's win or bust. Win or lose, going to get fired. That's the mentality right now.
Let's just hope we got the Aaron Rodgers, not the Alex Smith.
There's only 2 kind of coaches in the NFL. Those who retire and those who get fired. And I guess there's a third. Those are gonna get fired.
Hey, listen. I know. A lot of you guys are going to say, "I need to slow down. I need to let him play a game." Hey, you can take that route if you want. I'm not slowing down a damn thing when we move up and give all this draft capital. I'm going all in. I'm going all in, and I'm saying it has to work, and I believe it will because Kyle Shanahan has shown the ability to make quarterbacks better than what they are. Why the hell can he not do this with Trey Lance? I believe it's going to work. It might not happen right away. He might need to develop a year or 2, but he can do it. I believe he
In other
will
words,
do
we
it.
can't
That's the
afford for
only
it
way.
not to work.
If we're gonna sit here and talk about, oh man, I don't know, man, let's let him play. And Mike, you need to slow down. Look, you can say that if you want. We ain't slow down when we gave up our draft capital. We ain't
Speak it
slow
into
down when we just gave
existence,
up 2
brother.
number 4s to move up to number 3 and get Sermon. We're sending a message. We're trying to win multiple Super Bowls, damn it. And I'm on board with it, and I believe it's going to happen. I've never seen the 49ers draft a first-round quarterback like this since Alex Smith. I never seen us move up and get a running back like this since I don't know
wanted
when.
to cry that day.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Forget
When
all
they
this
drafted
conservatism.
him, I
It's either
wanted to
win Super
cry.
Bowl or you get fired. That's it. That's what's going to happen. I'm choosing to win Super Bowls, multiple. We're building dynasties. Let's get it. New dynasty in the making.
What?
Let's go.
I mean,
I love it, Mike.
pom-pom.
I love the attitude. You know me, I'm a cheerleader, bro. I love that.
Yeah, I'm getting
Man,
nauseous.
damn that shit. I'm speaking facts, bro. If we don't win,
you can't.
he's getting fired.
Red and gold pom.
No, but you're talking about no. That part, yes.
All right, that's cool.
Winning Super Bowls is not facts.
Beto, save this show, and then Lord will 5 years replay this show every draft night.
If I can quote Kyle Shanahan, I can't promise you we'll be alive in 5 years.
That's right. On Sunday. Not even on Sunday.
Okay. If we are alive, we might be dead in 5 years, right? But if we're not dead, I want you to save this show. I don't know if YouTube will be alive, but if YouTube is still alive in 5 years, I want you to replay this when we have multiple Super Bowls.
Oh, this is saved on my hard drive.
We'll definitely be retired. That's for damn sure.
All right. I wanted to save this show. And in the next 10 years, I am expecting multiple Super Bowls. Many more than one, at least.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility.
I would love that to be the case.
Me too.
I believe we are set up for long-term success. I see the potential in Kyle Shanahan. I wouldn't say this if I didn't feel this way. I think Kyle Shanahan has proven he took a team that sucked and took us to the Super Bowl in 3 years with Jimmy Garoppolo.
So would you have been the same way fired up if we had Jones?
And he will do it again.
No, I would be like, shoot me now if we got Jones.
Oh, wait, what was that?
So would you still be this fired up if we had Jones?
No.
Would I be this fired up if we had Jones?
Yes. Kyle needs to be fired.
Yes.
I will curse you in German if you ask me that again.
Yeah. All right.
Okay?
Here's the thing.
I will curse you in German if you ask me that again.
Here's a question that's
my apologies, Mike.
You're welcome. No problem.
The question in the comments is, what happens if we win the Super Bowl with Jimmy? What do we do at quarterback the year after?
We traded for a hell of a good pick.
Doing right now, we just get more for the guy that won the Super Bowl.
Bis später.
We just get a better Ramson for him. Hell yeah.
You know,
get some draft capital or something.
And a 3 for him now since he's comeback player of the year.
He wins the Super Bowl MVP. We get 2 or 3 number 1s for his butt.
Ain't getting 3.
We get some draft picks back. That's what we
might get 1 and a third or 1 and a 2.
Anything over a 2, I'll take it.
Yeah,
but no, I don't. We can win the Super Bowl this year. Yes, Garoppolo can go bye, and we can get some draft picks back.
Yeah, if Jimmy can get us to the playoffs, even if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, get us to the playoffs, we can get some good compensation for him. Definitely, he just needs to stay healthy.
Here's the problem,
and he can be traded anywhere.
The problem today is the places that he was slated to go
shut down.
Would have made sense. They both got brand new young quarterbacks.
Houston
wasn't one of them. In Houston, man, he ain't going to Houston. He'll tell you to pound sand before he goes to Houston.
Who was the other one?
Yeah. So it was Boston and Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
And they both got quarterbacks.
Actually, Chicago got a better quarterback than Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Tom says he didn't hear the answer. Well, basically what we started talking about, we trade him anyway. We just get more for him. Yeah.
Yeah. The better he plays, the better chances of getting a higher pick for him. It's real simple math. The shittier he plays, he gets hurt, we're going to wind up cutting him.
Going to have to cut him because nobody wants him.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You guys need to root for Jimmy. Root for Jimmy to ball out. Don't worry about the young toy. Keep it shining in the garage. Let Jimmy spin those tires, and let's get a good compensation for him in the offseason.
I hope he wins the Super Bowl. I really do. And then he can get the hell out of there. We get more stuff, and then
Get
we
the
set
hell
it
out
up
of
for
Dodge.
Trey Lance to take over.
Say thank you, Jimmy, for the Super Bowl. Bye.
Yeah.
The Ravens did it, didn't they? Or was it the Ravens? Yeah, the Ravens. They won the Super Bowl and got rid of their quarterback that same
No,
offseason. Was it the Ravens or was it the Giants?
what are you talking about?
Neither one.
Depner.
Dilfer?
Dilfer, yeah. Which team?
That's not a quarterback.
No,
Stop it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That might be the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, bro.
But they got rid of him.
I thought you were talking about Flacco. I'm like, no, they
Oh,
didn't.
no,
They
no,
actually
not Flack. No,
that
not.
contract.
No, he was
Not
MVP.
deserved.
Wasn't he MVP
Who?
when he won the Super Bowl? Flacco.
Who?
Flacco. I'm asking a question, not I'm making a statement.
I do believe he was.
Okay.
I'm not certain, but I can tell you
But I
that.
was referring to Dilfer, not Flacco.
Dilfer definitely wasn't.
No, he sucked. But but that's how they reward him. Okay, we won a Super Bowl. Bye.
Yeah, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Jimmy doesn't.
No. Jimmy just can't stay healthy.
Jimmy sucks at showing up for games healthy. That's what he said.
But yet Dilfer,
All right, guys, we gotta
wants to
get
be
this show
a
off, man.
quarterback guru. All right, guys, let's shut it down. It's almost an hour and 40 minutes. Yes, that's a pretty good
It was
show,
exciting.
you guys. Anyway,
Was.
let's shut it down before we all fall asleep on here. All right, guys, thank you for guys watching NWA. Can't say you are not entertained on this show. Great debates, great energy. Love the energy tonight. But at the end of the day, man, we all rock the red and gold, and we all are heading in the same direction, man. So go Niners, let's win a multiple Super Bowls, and let's be consistent every freaking game, every season, and let's win those Super Bowls. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember, we are going to be back on Monday at 7:15. Until then, enjoy your week and have fun, and screw the Cowboys. Peace.
Good night. Slap yourself, Tom.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Stupid.